Hello, YouTube. All right, what you're looking at is me getting ready to get rid of this neighbor view window. You know, Good Enough had all these windows in the back, which are nice for making you feel like you're out in nature, but it'll basically allow everybody to look in and watch me, especially at night. I managed to get the other two windows up. I didn't film it because this first window took me like an hour and a half to get the thing in there to figure it out and do it. So, and then this other one was a little short and I was too tired. And this one I am very tired right now. But I thought I would go ahead and take a moment to try to show it to you in case some of you are putting something like this up at your house or on an RV or on a van conversion or a bus conversion. I think they're very nice. These are 1-inch cordless vinyl blinds. This one is what's called light filtering. It basically allows some light to come through, but it blocks, some of it, so it doesn't all come in. And also the main thing is it blocks people from seeing inside, so you get some privacy out of it. Now they sell this at Walmart too, but the problem with the ones at Walmart is they didn't have these really long ones, like the really long ones for the back window, at least at the Walmart I went to. So I ended up going to Home Depot, which had a larger selection, even though I screwed up on that one. Really, you want to measure your window width, and you probably want to go 2 to 4 inches over the window width. That one ended up being like 2 inches under the window width because I messed up. And had I been smart, I would have saved the box and returned it, but I didn't do that. So, lost cause. And these things are, I guess, cheap or expensive depends on your perspective, but to me they're fairly cheap, even though, for the quality that they are. At Walmart, they tend to run like between between $18 to $25. At Home Depot, they're more like $25 to $35, depending on the size. So you're paying a little bit more, and I think they're the same. This doesn't even have a brand name on it. It just says certified cordless light filtering. The Walmart one has names on them, and I suspect they may even be from the same company. They may even look the same. I didn't look. At the Walmart one. Otherwise, I would have bought some from Walmart and some from Home Depot. But because I wanted to make sure they all matched, I went ahead and bought all three that I have here, and we'll buy the ones that go up front here also from Home Depot. So essentially, there's not much to it when you open it up. It does say open this end, so I'm going to try to follow the instructions this time. The other time I just opened it at the other end and I couldn't find the hardware mounts and I couldn't find the instructions. That was the first one. So that caused a lot of frustration because I was trying to figure out how everything went together. Now that I know, this whole thing should take probably about 10 or 15 minutes to mount. And what you're going to need is, you basically just need a screwdriver and maybe a pencil to mark holes, but I didn't even need a pencil. I didn't really use a pencil. I just used a screwdriver and a screw, a Phillips, head, a cross point Phillips head, and mark the hole. But I'm going to show you that right now. So let me get this thing open and show you what's inside. Okay, so basically I open the end that says to open that in, and they want you to open that in because that's where the hardware is, and probably the instructions right there. It looks like the instructions are there. That's why I couldn't find it on the other one. I opened the wrong end and I ripped it from the center and it was all messed up. So once you open it, you probably just want to slide it out. You can see this is a little crushed, which makes me a little bit nervous because it is crushed, which means there may be some damage. Okay, once you have it out, this is what you get inside. You get this thing, which is it helps you drill the holes. You line that up, and that way you can put the holes where you're going to mount it, but I don't even use that. I use the real one. And instructions are here, which I'm going to skip. This is what you get in the hardware. You get a box, and it has like 3 of these metal mounts. So it's not too hard. Like I said, it should take you about 10-15 minutes at the most, maybe even 5 minutes if you're really handy. And these mounts aren't much, but if you'll notice, they're actually not the same on each end. This end is flat, and this end is got kind of a curve. See that hook, that curved hook? That tells you that's got to be the top, and this flat end is the bottom. Once you know that, it becomes easy to figure it out. Essentially, this hook goes into this lip area here, catches the lip, and then you flip it and lock it. I know it doesn't make sense right now, but basically, let me show you what they look like. See how that goes straight across? I know, it's blurred. That's because it's night and the camera's having a hard time focusing. But basically, you mount this up like this with the hook up. Then the lip goes on here, and flips over and locks on the bottom side, which I'll try to show you once I get this one up. But how it can be mounted is if you're doing it in a house, you can mount it underneath the window area by putting that up from the bottom, and you screw through the top, you know, into the windowsill area, the window underneath. Or if you're doing it above the windowsill or in an RV, which has no windowsill, you have to do it above. So you put it above like that. But before you do that, what you want to do is hold this unit right here. It's got the side with the little loop there that you used, that you're going to thread this, you know, you're going to hook this in after you get done right here, which allows you to open and close the blinds. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this and kind of hold it up over the window. It's kind of hard to do it one-handed here, but and of course it's out of focus because it's a hard time here. It's night. There we go. So I kind of want to hold it over the window, and I can see I need to move it over. And basically you want it centered. Okay, this one's exactly the width of the window. So just like that. So once I know where it is, that will show me where I need to put those metal things. And if you can see the top there, see the left side has that assembly, the hardware there, and then the right side has the cap. Well, you got to put that metal in between these two areas right here. So it doesn't matter exactly where, but I know I need to go right there somewhere. And same with the other side. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I can kind of eyeball where it's going to go. And that's what I'm going to do. And then you got to decide where you're going to place it. Me, I'm going to place it so it sits right above the window like that. Kind of like that, okay? So at this point, we're going to stop filming for a second while I put the metal assembly and try to attach that and see what it looks like. All right, previously I didn't use their guide. They give you this nice handy dandy cardboard template. Apparently this is actually sized exactly right. So I can see this lines up like this, and the bottom of that is approximately the bottom of this. See the hole there? See how that lines up perfectly? I can use that to my advantage and use this as a line to make sure everything's level. So I can see if I do that, I know exactly where the holes are going to be and where the bottom of this is going to be. So what I'm going to do is actually line this up right here with my door frame. Not door frame, but the window frame. See that line right there? That's what I'm going to line it up with. So, or I can line it up with this top line right here, which is my wood or whatever. But you can see my window and the wood doesn't exactly line up. I think we'll go with the window frame. So it might be a little off, but that's okay. So we're going to line it up like that. And I had measured it already, and I know I want the hole probably over this black area right here somewhere. So this is going to go out like this over the frame. I'm using the frame itself. And I'm going to put the hole right over here like this, something like that. So that's where I'm going to put the holes right there. And to help me, normally I didn't do this with the others, but since I have a little drill, I'm going to drill just a little starter hole. I'm not going to drill all the way through. I'm just going to drill a tiny little hole to get the screw started. So let me do that. Sadly, I don't have an assistant here to help me film, and I can't really set up a tripod. So I'm going to go ahead and do the drilling and then show you what I did. All right, here you can see I lined it up. And you can see how I drilled the two holes right there. Those are just my guide holes. And then what I'm going to do is hold this piece here in place with my hand like that. See how the holes are already there and it lines up with the metal part. And I notice, remember, you want the curved hook side on the top side like that. So this is going to be mounted over the window like that. So at this point I'm going to take my Phillips screwdriver and the screws and screw this one in. Alright, here then is the screw that I am screwing in through those pilot holes, those holes that we started. So I'm going to screw that in. I kind of have to press through because we're going through this cardboard wall panel as well as the wood that's underneath there. And I kind of looked at the screw and it was like about 1 inch. And I know that it should be enough to go through and it should be all right. I think we have like 1.5 inches of play before it hits the outer wall. So we're going to do that side. Then we're going to do the other side. For a window this small, you might be able to get away with just those two. But since they gave us 3, we're going to go ahead and do the middle. Now, normally you would say, well, why you're going to do the middle one in the middle? But I would say don't do that, because it turns out that the middle, exactly in the center here, will be this part, hardware bracket. And I can see there's some kind of black assembly here on the left side too. So what I'm going to do, I know that the turn knob here has to be on the inside. There's going to be a little bit more room on this side, on the left side. So I'm going to come and I'm going to put the metal bracket over here, slightly off-centered. So I'm looking there, it's like about an inch or so. So what I want to do is, instead of going right to the center, I'm going to move it over here, just slightly off. And that way it doesn't hit anything. You'll understand more, I guess, once I do it. Alright, so we've attached the middle one here, the right one, and now we're going to do the left side. So if you do this correctly, this should probably take less than 10 minutes to put up this whole thing. Remember, we're trying to make sure that it doesn't hit this, see there's like a little ledge on this end cap piece, which actually comes off, and this gap. So you got like a 2-inch area to play with right there, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches there. And then we wanted it slightly to the left here. So we'll see if we did it right once we try to hook it up. So we're going to do this other one right here. So here we go. We'll take this piece again, lay it out like this. You know, see we're lining up the bottom right there. That's what we've been using to try to make everything parallel. Then I think I had it like that. And then we're going to drill guide holes right at the top of the little marker thingies right there. Here then are our 2 little guide holes that we made right here. I made one a little bit deeper than the other. And we're going to lay this metal thing, see the curved part stays on top, just over that hole, screw it in, screw in the other hole right here where my finger's blocking. And then try putting the blinds on there and seeing if we did it correctly or not. Okay, I got this one in right now. I did use a hand screwdriver, Phillips head right here, the cross point. Some of you might be wondering why I didn't use a drill or with a screwdriver tip or a power screwdriver. I don't recommend it because you could lose control and it tends to hit this metal right here. You know, the bit head goes through and bends it and gets all messed up. That's what I did on the first one, and it proved to be a pain in the butt. So better to use a hand one because you can have a lot more control. See how they even put little notches here to allow you to access it. So at this point, we're going to see if the magic works. So you have this side out with the notch, and what you're going to do is bring this up the ledge like this, and you put the outer ledge onto this hook right here. Then you slide it under and you put your hand under and you push that until it locks into place. So basically you put it on the top ledge on the outer edge, then you push it in, and then this bottom part right here, that metal right there, it'll lock with the bottom. So let me do that. Okay, I don't know if you can see at this point, I have it on the ledge. See, I put the outer lip along the ledge right there. And it looks like I did a good job measuring. Nothing's hitting. There's plenty of room. Hardware's not bumping into each other, I don't think. So now we're gonna push this part down. This part, we're gonna bend it down that way and then get the metal over here to catch up underneath. I don't know if you can see that at all. Right there, we're gonna get that metal to catch. I think it's better to start on one end and then work your way across. Sadly, I can't film while I'm doing this, but what I'm gonna do is just push this side down. I'll try to do it with the camera right. Now I need to hold it. So I need to hold one end and kind of push it in. So I'll do this end, then I'll do the center, then I'll do the end there. Okay, this is what I meant about pushing it. So I pushed it down and see how that metal part came up and caught the ledge on the bottom. Now we're gonna do the same here in the center. I'm gonna have to take 2 hands and do it. I can't really do it one-handed, but basically I'm going to force this up and try to get that lip to catch, and then I'm gonna do the same on the end over there. All right, I was able to catch the center part, and then I did the end part here. So now it is perpendicular and good. It looks like it's locked into place, and it's a matter of raising and lowering the window. But let's go ahead and attach the loop here. The loop, I like to stick it in upside down like this and catch the hook right up in there. Normally I do it with the other hand, but basically we're gonna put the loop in here, get it to catch. There we go, we caught it. And that will allow us to open, open and close the blinds. Now, if you'll recall, these are cordless, which I think is a really cool design because kids and pets were hanging themselves on the cords that used to be there. I'm going to cut this off. This is just the inner cords. Well, we don't have to worry about that. But basically, to raise and lower this, you grab the center and you just pull it down. Isn't that cool? You just pull it straight down the center. And it goes straight down. And you can adjust it to whatever height you want like that. There's no cords to tie or anything. And if you want it to go back up, you just lift the center up and slowly bring it out like that. And when you let go, it stays. Isn't that cool? Those engineers are like incredible. Look what they did. All you have to do is just grab it and pull it, and it goes down to whatever height you want it. Stays right there. And I'm going to clear this spot here so we can get this down, and I am going to cut that tag right there. But basically, you can do that, and then to adjust the window, here you can see open or close by turning this knob. But I'm going to bring it all the way down before I do that. So let me bring it all the way down. You need to, if it's not even, you have to push it back up. But you're supposed to try to pull it from the center so that it stays even. And I'm going to bring it all the way down to this level right here. Right here. The level of my wainscot. And you can see now we have a nice window. This one's perfectly sized. Yeah, this one matches perfectly. So you turn this knob. And you can see we can start to get some privacy. We can go this way, point it down. We can go the other way, point it up. Like that. I usually have it like this during the daytime to let the light in. And then like this at nighttime to keep prying eyes out. But now, no more putting on a show for the neighbors. Alright, a little privacy. Yeah, isn't that awesome? So I'm going to cut that little tag off. Move my little antenna, extra antenna here out of the way. But yeah, now the bedroom. Now chicka wow wow. Has some privacy. I got window coverings on all 3 windows. The front section still needs to be done, but obviously I can't really do the window until I can't really put the window shades up until I fix the window framing and try to get the leak totally sealed. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you found this video informational, if not entertaining. Hopefully it'll save you some time because the first one took me a long time to figure out. Yeah, just use a cross point or Phillips head screwdriver. And go ahead and use their template like I showed you on here because that sure made it a lot easier. Should take you only about 10 minutes or so to mount. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. And you're all in my thoughts and prayers. Have a good day now.